It's a great season as always with the symphony, and you're not actually involved in this concert, but you've come today as carrying the message that there's going to be a special concert to help the musicians of the Virginia Symphony to benefit them, and it involves Led Zeppelin. Now, normally we don't think of Virginia Symphony and Led Zeppelin in the same thought process, but Led Zeppelin is a fabulously successful rock group, started in '68 in England, sold 200 million albums, I understand, and they use a lot of influences in their music, or did the folk music and classical and Latin and reggae and all kinds of things. But there's an arrangement for orchestra of the great Led Zeppelin music, and Brent Havens is going to be on the podium. He's going to be the maestro.
He's the maestro. He's the arranger. He's the sort of genius behind this. Brent has been a big fan of the music of Led Zeppelin, which is really kind of classic rock. Ray, it's really rock at its best, you know. And he imagined that their wonderful sound supported by the palette of a symphony orchestra in the background. So it's expanded the kind of sense of drama and scope by having the symphony playing along with these great tunes that everybody knows and loves. So it fits the symphony very well. Brent has done a fabulous job of recreating the exact sound of that great band.
And he's from Virginia.
He's from Virginia. He's worked a lot with the symphony, you know, and the symphony has worked a lot with him. And in fact, I mean, I'll be there, of course, at this concert. But I've heard this production in other cities as well. I remember the first time I heard it, I was in Louisville, and heard the Louisville Orchestra playing with Brent and with his wife, Allegra Havens, who's one of our violinists.
Right, in the symphony.
And of course, a fabulous show.
What we're talking about, the show is going to be Friday, September 25th at 8 p.m., and it's an outdoor concert, very appropriate for Led Zeppelin. It's going to be at the Antelos Pavilion over in Portsmouth. Great venue right on the Portsmouth waterfront. Symphony's played there before.
That's right.
So it's not unfamiliar territory for the Virginia Symphony, but it's a great opportunity for everybody to come out and support the symphony musicians. That's the real key to, I think, all of this.
And it is the real key because everyone is donating their time. The wonderful rock group is donating their time, and Brent is, and the orchestra is playing, of course, all to help the orchestra now, because as you know, Ray, it's tough times in the arts world in general.
We hear some real horror stories about some orchestras. Virginia Symphony, fortunately, has not gone the way of orchestras like the San Diego Symphony, for example, or the New Orleans Orchestra, which vanished a few years ago. But we want to keep the Virginia Symphony strong and doing well, and the musicians as well. The staff members were coming back. Jonathan came back and Anthony came back, and they were talking about how great the symphony is sounding. It's just really major league sound. But it's going to be fun to hear them in this music of Led Zeppelin. Randy Jackson is going to be the vocalist, and he does Robert Plant, in other words.
Exactly. He's the lead singer for this group, and he looks the part and sounds the part. And you can, you know, if the people who've heard actually Led Zeppelin live will be really transported back to hearing them again, because that's exactly what it's like.
It's a trip, as we used to say.
It's a trip. It's a trip. And, you know, being at these concerts, I've noticed that Led Zeppelin, this music, has an audience that is so diverse. Yeah. I mean, you will see people from, 7, 8 years old up through 90. And everyone is into it and loving it. It's a fabulous experience. I loved hearing it, and I can't wait to go. And as you say, the point is that we're trying to show our musicians how much we support them. Our musicians have taken a very big cut this year to keep the symphony playing because they care about this community. They want to make music here.
Absolutely.
They want to keep the artistic level extremely high, and they've had to make a lot of sacrifices to do that. But they're playing with, as you saw, power, enthusiasm, passion, and that's what they'll bring to September 25th. And this is one of their favorite shows to play.
Now, one of the extra nice things about this is that children 12 and under are admitted free. So if you want to get the kids hooked on a symphony orchestra and not maybe have them hit the Shostakovich Fifth right off the bat, you can bring children 12 and under with you. Right. They'll be allowed free. Tickets are $30 to $75, and that money goes to help our musicians of our Virginia Symphony.
That's right.
So you help the musicians. You can get some young people in. You can hear some music that you might not normally hear in a symphony venue, but which will hook those younger members. And you'll be able to just go back in time a little bit and enjoy the greatness of Led Zeppelin as transformed that Brent Havens does through the eyes and the sounds of the Virginia Symphony Orchestra. It sounds like a really cool night.
It is a very cool night.
Cool night. What am I saying? I sound like, cool, man, it's going to be a cool night.
We're getting into it, right?
We're getting into it.
We're two classical people. But, he's also, Brent has picked all the really hits of Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
Of course, Stairway to Heaven.
Of course.
Which is an amazing thing to hear. It's just amazing. I mean, that gave me chills to listen to them play that. Heartbreaker, Black Dog, Immigrant Song, all of their top hits, and done by the group with incredible authenticity and power. Randy Jackson is an amazing singer. And Allegra Havens, our violinist, is playing electric violin with the group, and she's fantastic. Brent is conducting. The whole orchestra is playing. People to come in, if they haven't heard the symphony, to discover it, or come and support it if you're a regular symphony goer. Whether you come to classics or pops, this is a night that you will absolutely love. And whatever age, I mean, it's fun for everybody.
Bring the kids, 12 and under, free. $30 to $75. Money goes to support the symphony, and I guess you can get the tickets through the symphony box office or by calling the Virginia Symphony.
That's right, or through our website you can get them, and it's just going to be a fun night, and it's a great way of telling our musicians that they're important in this community, and they are, Ray. I mean, our musicians are world-class, and we're really lucky to have a major symphony in our region, and this way we can tell them how much they mean to us and how glad we are that they're playing.
All right, September 25th, Friday night, 8 p.m. in Telos Pavilion in Portsmouth, the Virginia Symphony, and Brent Havens conducting, Randy Jackson vocals. Led Zeppelin meets the Virginia Symphony Orchestra. Joann Falletta will be there. You be there as well, and come help your Virginia Symphony. And Joann, always fun to have you in the studio. We'll look forward to a cool night.
We will. Thank you, Ray.
Thank you.